Atlantic Broadband Cable, in cooperation with the South Union Township Supervisors, presents the South Union Township Sports Network. Today, via tape delay from the Beaner Field here in Hutchinson, it's HARC Youth League Baseball in the new minor league division as the Yankees take on the Red Sox. Hi, everybody. I'm Brian Morozak with Jerry Dupin, and welcome you aboard for this evening's game. South Union Township Sports Network coverage is brought to you as a joint cooperative venture featuring Township Supervisors Bob Schiffbauer, Rick Vernon, and Jason Scott, Atlantic Broadband Cable, Armstrong Cable, and our friends at CUTV, including Gary Smith. Again, I'm Brian Morozak with Jerry Dupin. We'll be back with the first pitch after this message.
Southwestern Endoscopy Center is a state-licensed and Medicare-certified facility and emphasizes privacy, comfort, caring, and safety for colonoscopies and upper GI endoscopies. Painless procedures are done with twilight sedation given by a board-certified anesthesiologist. The center accepts most insurance plans and is staffed by Doctors Ruthhart, Calabrese, Stokes, SWGI, specialists in digestive health.
We're back here on a warm and sunny late afternoon to early evening in Hopwood. The Yankees taking on the Red Sox in the new minor league division here at Hutchinson. The Yankees to bat first here in the top half of the first inning. Let's take a look at their lineup. Leading off and playing second base, number 5, Drew Niccolo. Batting second and pitching, number 4, Trip Sharp. Batting third and playing shortstop, number 3, Eli Friend. In the cleanup spot and catching, number 11, Lucas Mathias. Batting fifth in left center field, number 2, Jacob Johnson. Batting sixth and playing first base, number 13, Nick Guthrie. Batting seventh in right center field, number 12, Crew Kazmerchek. Batting eighth in left field, number 9, Melvin Minnick. Batting ninth and playing third base, number 8, Cole Radcliffe. And batting 10th in right field, Preston Ellsworth. The Yankees are coached by Ray Kazmerchek. Defensively for the Red Sox, it's Dante Regula out in left, Casey Karwanski in left center, Ty Plevin in right center, Nate Billett in right field, Matt Schwartzberger on the mound, Carson Scott catching around the horn. It's Brody Baker at third, Devin Phillips Smith playing shortstop, Jacob Kalich playing second base, and Jason Cook playing first base as Matt Schwartzberger finishes his last couple of warm-up tosses. Our two umpires here today, Dave Ryder and Dave Trader, talking things over with our coaches here today, Matt Kalich, the head coach of the Red Sox, and as we mentioned, Ray Kazmerchek, the head coach of the Yankees. And the game time temperature around 85 degrees under sunny skies. It's been dry over the last week or so here in southwestern Pennsylvania, and certainly a warm early evening for Youth League baseball here in Hopwood. As the Red Sox infield gets together here for a last-minute meeting. And we'll get this contest underway in the minor league division here tonight. And while the Red Sox head into their dugout, we'll take a quick break and be back with the first pitch right after these messages.
Important for people to know that we represent injured people to the best of our ability, and we've been successful doing that. And I don't say that to have people come to see us because we have been successful. I say that because it's true, and it's important.
Another important aspect is the experience that we have is local experience in the court system in Uniontown, in Washington, in Waynesburg.
Davis & Davis, attorneys at law.
We come back to the Beaner Field. The Yankees' Drew Niccolo getting ready to step in, and we'll get this minor league division game underway between the Yankees and the Red Sox here on the South Union Township Sports Network. Brian Morozak alongside Jerry Dupé. Nice to have you along with us for some youth baseball here tonight in Hopwood. As Niccolo steps in, Dave Trader behind home plate. Dave Ryder on the bases as the umpire for this opening game of the evening. As Schwartzberger sends in the first pitch, swing and a miss there from Niccolo for strike one. Scoreboard out to our right. A one pitch, just a little high to even up the count at 1-1. 2:12 down the lines here in Hopwood and 2:30 to the deepest part of the park. 1-1 pitch is low. Count moves to 2-1. Infield playing shallow to start the game for the Red Sox defensively. Again, Rugul, Karwatsky, Plevin, and Billet out there. 2-1 pitch, high. As the count moves now to 3-1 to the Yankees leadoff hitter, Drew Niccolo. Schwartzberger from the modified mound here at the Beaner Field. 3-1 on the way. That's down the pipe for a strike, and we'll go full here to the leadoff batter, Drew Niccolo. Payoff pitch on the way, and that one's low and in the dirt for ball four. So Niccolo draws a leadoff walk. And the Yankees with Niccolo aboard and nobody out here in the top half of the first inning with Trip Sharp now coming to the plate as the wind starts to pick up, as it does from time to time here in Hopwood. And Sharp, another righty, ready to dig in. Schwartzberger's first pitch here to Sharp. Ruled a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Now the 0-1 on the way. That one's low and outside, and advancing down to second there is Niccolo. As the ball scooted away from the Red Sox catcher Carson Scott. Now Schwartzberger from the stretch again. 1-1 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Strike two. 1-2 now to Trip Sharp. Talking to both Ray Kazmerchek and Matt Kalich, both teams coaches happy with the way their teams have played so far this season, and there's the third strike punch out there on Trip Sharp. Now one away here in the top half of the first inning with Drew Niccolo now in scoring position. Advancing down to second after that leadoff walk with the pass ball. Now Eli Friend will step in. Friend playing shortstop today for the Yankees. First pitch from Schwartzberger. Outside for ball one. Schwartzberger went over with me several times. Had to say his last name. I think I got it right. 1-0 now on the way. Tie, counted 2-0. I have to think he gets that, though, a lot. I've been there, done that as well with Morozak throughout the years. 2-0 on the way, found back. Counted 2-1. Matt now back on the mound. Long look in there to Carson Scott. Swing and a miss there. And we're even at 2-2. As the Yankees look for the first run of the game. 2-2 pitch on the way, and that one high. And we'll go full 3-2. So Schwartzberger went full with Drew Niccolo earlier, now going full here with Eli Friend. Payoff pitch on the way, and that one's high for ball four. The ball again scooting away there from Scott. Throw down to third, not in time. And they're going to say the runner left early. That was Niccolo from second, so they'll send him back to the bag. So we'll go back to runners on first and second. Niccolo on second, now Friend on first after the walk. One away here in the top half of the first inning with Lucas Mathias now at the plate. First pitch to Mathias is low. Again, Niccolo rather aggressive off the second base bag after that last pitch. Now the 1-0. That one's low and in the dirt again, hopping away from Scott, and Scott unable to make the throw down. And Niccolo now advances down to third, Friend to second. Now 2 runners in scoring position for the Yankees with 1 out as we work here in the top half of the first inning. And Lucas Mathias at the plate facing a 2-0 count against Matt Schwartzberger. 2-0 on the way, high and inside. Count now at 3-0. Now with first base open. And Jacob Johnson, the left center fielder in the on-deck circle. 3-0 pitch on the way. It's low and in the dirt for ball 4. That'll load up the bases. Third walk of the inning issued by Schwartzberger. That'll bring up Jacob Johnson, who's playing in left center field here today for the Yankees. Base is loaded. The first pitch is low for ball 1 to Jacob Johnson. Matt is looking to throw some strikes at this juncture of the game, but the base is loaded. Now 1-0 is low as the count now moves to 2-0. Red Sox trying to avoid walking in a run here early on. Swing and a miss there. Good cut from Jacob Johnson. Unable to get a piece of the ball as the count now at 2-1. Two-one here, fouled off. Onto the road behind us. Count goes even at 2-2 now. Schwartzberger to Johnson. And the 2-2, right down the pipe for a strike. Second strikeout of the inning for Schwartzberger. He worked his way back nicely there against Jacob Johnson. So you've had 3 walks issued, but 2 strikeouts from Schwartzberger. Still a scoreless game now with Nick Guthrie at the plate, and Schwartzberger finds the strike zone again, 0-1 to Guthrie, the Yankees' first baseman here today. Schwartzberger now working quickly. 0-1 to Guthrie, swing and a miss, strike 2. Now 0-2, Schwartzberger to Guthrie as we work here in the top half of the first inning. Now Schwartzberger trying to get out of a big-time jam. 0-2 pitch here to Guthrie just off the plate. Count out 1-2. Big spot early on in this game. 1-2 to Guthrie, low and in the dirt. Count now even at 2-2. Two, right down the pipe for strike 3. So what a comeback in the inning there for Schwartzberger after loading up the bases, coming back with strikeouts against Jacob Johnson and Nick Guthrie to end the inning with no damage done. So this game still scoreless as we head to the bottom half of the first inning. Yankees and Red Sox minor league youth baseball here on the South Union Township Sports Network.
At what point did everything change? When did service get taken out of service industries? It's too bad, because people are busy these days. At life, at work, at play. When it comes to your hard-earned money, you want service. Real service. From a person you know and a face you trust. At a bank where changing with the times doesn't mean leaving people behind. We're proud to be a part of your community. We're United Bank, at your service.
Scoreless as we head to the bottom half of the first inning. The Red Sox coming to the plate will set their lineup, leading off and pitching. Number 8, Matt Schwartzberger. Batting second, the designated hitter, Braden Powowar. Batting third and playing shortstop, number 4, Devin Phillips-Smith. In the cleanup spot and catching, number 2, Carson Scott. Batting fifth and playing first base, number 11, Jason Cook. Casey Karwanski batting sixth in left center field. We'll get to the rest of the lineup in just a moment as the first pitch from Trip Sharp. A little chin music there to Schwartzberger. Batting seventh, playing second base, Jacob Kalich. Batting eighth in right center field, Ty Plevin. Brody Baker's batting ninth and playing third base as that pitch off the plate. 2-0 now, Sharp to Schwartzberger. Dante Regula is batting 10th in left field. He's wearing number 5, and Nate Billett batting 11th in right field. So the Red Sox batting 11 here today is Matt Schwartzberger ahead 3-0 here against Trip Sharp. Trip Sharp and Lucas Mathias, the battery for the Yankees, will set their defense as we move along as well. Now the 3-0 pitch on the way, and Schwartzberger swinging there and sending it into foul territory and out of play. So Schwartzberger not afraid to take a cut there. There's a 3-0 count. After the foul ball, now 3-1. Sharp to Schwartzberger. The 3-1 pitch off the plate for ball 4. So Matt draws a leadoff walk. Now he'll head down to second with the Yankees sleeping a little bit out there. Trip Sharp was focused on the batter. Didn't notice Schwartzberger going down to second. As Powowar swings and misses at the first pitch, counted 0-1. And watch for Matt to jump off that second base bag. He's heading down to third. The throw in that direction goes out in the left field. So aggressive base running paying off for Matt Schwartzberger. 2 stolen bases has him now down at third base. And the Yankees threatening here in the bottom half of the first inning. And Sharp finds the strike zone there to Braden Powowar. And they count now at 1-2. Now Sharp's 1-2 pitch. Low, count even at 2-2. No one out as we work here in the bottom half of the first inning. 2-2 pitch. This one popped up in the infield. Sharp is there and makes the grab for the first out of the inning. Nice job there by the pitcher, Trip Sharp. Shading the sun, getting it in his direction and in his glove for the first out of this bottom half of the first inning. Now Devin Phillips-Smith will come to the plate. Another righty deep in the batter's box. First pitch from Sharp hits Phillips-Smith. He'll take first base. Devin tried diving out of the way of that one. Still clipped him. That'll give the Red Sox now runners on the corners with 1 out. Game still scoreless with Carson Scott. He's had some big hits already this season for the Red Sox. First pitch to Scott inside for ball 1. And once again, a little aggression there on the base paths as Phillips-Smith heads down to second. Now Phillips-Smith on second, Schwartzberger on third. The next pitch to Scott is low and outside. Count now at 2-0. So we saw the Red Sox defensively get out of a jam in the top half of the first inning. The Yankees trying to do the same here in the bottom half of the inning. And a nice pitch there from Trip Sharp to work his way back into the counts. And 2-1. Now the 2-1 on the way. Swing and a miss there from Scott. Big cut. Couldn't make any contact. And the count now at 2-2. On a windup in the 2-2 pitch on the way. Scott with a high fly ball on the left side of the infield. Same team. And the ball actually went off the glove initially of Cole Radcliffe and into the glove of the shortstop Eli Friend. So it pays off defensively for the Yankees. Not the way they might have drawn that one up, but the end result, the second out of the bottom half of the first inning. And we're watching the replay there as well. And as you see, again, initially off of Radcliffe's glove into Friend's glove. And resulting in the second out of the inning. Runners now on second and third. Jason Cook at the plate. And the count now even at 1-1 as Cook took the first pitch for ball one. Sharp finds the strike zone on the 1-0. And now the 1-1 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss there. And the count now at 1-2. So Sharp and the Yankees just one strike away from getting out of a jam here in the bottom half of the first inning, much like the Red Sox did defensively in the top half of the first. Now the 2-strike pitch on Cook. In there for strike 3. So Cook gets punched out. First strikeout of the game for Trip Sharp. Comes at a big time with 2 runners in scoring position in this game between the Red Sox and the Yankees. Still scoreless as we head to the top half of the second inning here on the South Union Township Sports Network.
Esophageal reflux affects 20% of Americans and can lead to heartburn, regurgitation, chest pain, and difficulty swallowing. Reflux is caused by stomach contents passing a faulty valve and entering the esophagus. Ulcers and precancerous tissue can then form. Offer the latest testing and treatment for reflux disease. SWGI, specialists in digestive health.
Back here in Hopwood, the Yankees and the Red Sox scoreless as we head to the top half of the second inning. Cruz, Kazmerchek, Melvin Minnick, and Cole Ratcliffe due up here for the Yankees. Still facing Matt Schwartzberger for the Red Sox. Schwartzberger's first pitch low for ball one to Crew Kazmerchek. Schwartzberger with 3 strikeouts in the first inning, also issued 3 walks, struck out Trip Sharp, Jacob Johnson, and Nick Guthrie. Issued walks to Drew Nicklow, Eli Friend, and Lucas Mathias, but no damage done. And there's Kazmerchek really chasing that high pitch from Schwartzberger and evens the count at 1-1. 7, 8, and 9 hitters due up this half inning for the Yankees as Kazmerchek takes strike 2 now against Matt Schwartzberger. Now Matt, a long look in here. 1-2 pitch on the way. Low and outside. Evens up the count at 2-2. First of 2 games we'll have for you today here on the South Union Township Sports Network. Nick Barczyk will join Jerry for the nightcap. 2-2 pitch on the way. That one low. We'll go full again at 3-2. Matt taking some instruction from his head coach, Matt Kalich. Now the payoff pitch on the way, low and outside for ball 4 to Crew Kazmerchek. So Kazmerchek, much like Drew Nicklow did to lead off the top half of the first inning, walking here to start the top half of the second inning to give the Yankees a base runner with Melvin Minnick coming to the plate. Minnick composed, set to go, and takes the first pitch high for ball 1. That ball bouncing around like a pinball there behind Carson Scott. Scott able to scoop it up as Kazmerchek holds position at first base. Now the 1-0 here to Minnick. Just low and inside. Count now at 2-0. 2-0 right down the pipe. Count now at 2-1. On a beautiful night in Hopwood, though. Bright sunshine continuing. And there's strike 2. A nice crowd, as always, on hand for the youth baseball games here in Hopwood. A Legion game being played behind us. 2-2 pitch. Low, and we'll go full at 3-2. Well, activity in the distance as well for the Sportsman's Club as well. Payoff pitch right down the pipe for a strike. And down goes Melvin Minnick. 4th strikeout of the game already for Matt Schwartzberger. In fact, all of the defensive outs for the Red Sox have been via the strikeouts. And all 4, in fact, backwards Ks in my book. As Cole Radcliffe comes to the plate. Radcliffe playing third base here today. Swings and misses at the first pitch there from Matt. Behind Radcliffe will be one of the call-ups for the Yankees, Preston Ellsworth, who will actually be in an A's uniform here today. Swing and a miss. 2nd strike there on Cole Radcliffe. Oh, 2 pitch. A throwaway pitch there from Schwartzberger. Gone out 1-2. Another one high and inside. Evens the count to 2-2. All right, Sox coach is just telling Matt to relax a little bit out there. Throw strikes. 2-2 pitch. Just inside and a little low. We'll go full at 3-2. Dave Trader, a little delayed reaction there before issuing ball 3. Better pitch, though, from Schwartzberger. Now the payoff pitch on the way, and that one's outside. And ball 4 issue there to Cole Radcliffe. Then I'll put runners on 1st and 2nd. Still 1 out here in the top half of the 2nd inning, and this game's scoreless between the Yankees and the Red Sox. And now Preston Ellsworth at the plate. In that A's uniform. Takes strike 1. Here again, Schwartzberger, a lefty. 0-1 on the way, swing and a miss. Count now at 0-2. Tough spot here for Ellsworth against some older competition. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Good effort at the plate, some nice cuts there from Ellsworth. He'll go down for the 2nd out of the inning. And I'll bring up the top of the order and Drew Niccolo. Niccolo playing 2nd base here today. Walk to start the game. And take strike 1 here against Matt. Especially at this age level, you'll notice the team's pitchers that generally throw strikes have success. We've seen that trend over the years here in Hopwood. Count 1-1 now. Schwartzberger to Niccolo. 1 low and in the dirt. Count at 2-1. Haven't seen much action out of Kazmarchek over at 2nd or Radcliffe over at 1st base. If we saw back in the 1st inning, one of the base runners for both sides. Get a little more aggressive out there. That pitch is low. Got out 3-1. Schwartzberger to Niccolo. These games are also played under a 2-hour time limit, or 6 innings, whatever comes first. 3-1 pitch, high and inside, and that's ball 4. So a similar trend to what we saw in the top half of the 1st inning. Here in the 2nd inning now, Schwartzberger's issued 3 walks, has had 2 strikeouts, and still no damage done. This game remaining scoreless with Trip Sharp coming to the plate. Sharp picked up one of those backwards Ks, excuse me. Was the first strikeout victim of the game against Schwartzberger back in the 1st inning. Swings and misses the first pitch here against Matt. And they count at 0-1. Now the 0-1 pitch in the dirt, and they count even at 1-1. Crew Kazmarchek at 3rd, Cole Radcliffe at 2nd, Drew Niccolo at 1st. Nowhere to put Trip Sharp. Matt's 1-1 pitch in there for strike 2. Count now at 1-2. And Schwartzberger 1 strike away from getting out of another jam. 1-2 pitch, low and in the dirt. Count now even at 2-2. 2-2 pitch. Upstairs. We're full of 3-2. So a huge pitch here for Matt Schwartzberger. A walk gives the Yankees our first run of the game. A strikeout will send us to the bottom half of the second inning. Schwartzberger's payoff pitch here to Trip Sharp is low and outside for ball 4. So Sharp picks up an RBI walk. A run scored for Crew Kazmerchek. And the Yankees, without a hit, pick up our first run of the game. And Eli Friend will be the 7th Yankee to bat here in the top half of the second inning. A shortstop walk back in the first inning. Swings the first pitch here, a little number on the right side. Picked up there by the second baseman, Jacob Kalich. His throw high. 2 runs already across for the Yankees as both Cole Radcliffe and Drew Niccolo score on the play. Advancing down to third will be Trip Sharp. And now it's second Eli Friend after the high throw. We'll have to roll an infield single, though. Even if Kalich's throw would have been there, would not have been in time over the first base to Jason Cook. So now 3 runs across for the Yankees. As Schwartzberger finds the strike zone there to Lucas Mathias, who walked back in the first inning. Now the 0-1 on the way. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Mathias, the 8th Yankee to bat here in the top half of the second inning. 0-2 pitch. In there for strike 3. So much needed strikeout for Matt Schwartzberger to end the top half of the second inning. But 3 runs across as Crew Kazmerchek, Cole Radcliffe, and Drew Niccolo all score runs. Trip Sharp with an RBI and Eli Friend an infield single, which ended up driving in Cole Radcliffe and Drew Niccolo to give the Yankees a 3-0 lead over the Red Sox as we move to the bottom half of the second inning here on the South Union Township Sports Network.
You don't have to travel to Pittsburgh to get good representation. We've been doing it since 1976. We've been successful. We can help you right here at home.
We know the nuances of the legal system in Uniontown and Fayette County. We know the nuances of the legal system in Waynesburg and in Washington.
We know the system. We know where the courthouse is, and we know where to park. And at our office, you can park for free.
Davis & Davis, attorneys at law.
Heading to the bottom half of the second inning, a 3-0 lead for the Yankees over the Red Sox. Brian Morozak alongside Jerry Dupay. Nice to have you along with us for some youth baseball here on the South Union Township Sports Network. Trip Sharp still on the hill for the Yankees. Casey Karwotsky leading off this bottom half of the second inning for the Red Sox. 1-0 pitch, nubbed foul. Evens up the count at 1-1. It's Casey Karwotsky, Jacob Kalich, and Ty Plevin due up in this half inning for the Red Sox. Never got an opportunity to set the Yankees defense. We had so much action in the bottom half of the first inning. We'll try to do that here in the bottom half of the second inning. Swing, get a miss there. 2 strikes now on Casey Karwotsky. Defensively for the Yankees, Melvin Minnick in left field, Jacob Johnson in left center, Crew Kazmerchek in right center, and Preston Ellsworth out in right. 2-strike pitch, nub foul there by Karwotsky. Around the horn, Cole Radcliffe playing third, Eli Friend playing short, Drew Niccolo playing second, Nick Guthrie playing first, Trip Sharp on the hill, and Lucas Mathias catching for the Yankees here today. So the 1-2 pitch again to Karwotsky in there for strike 3. Second strikeout of the game for Sharp, who sent down Jason Cook to end the bottom half of the first inning. Now sends down Casey Karwotsky to start the bottom half of the second inning, and then I'll bring up Jacob Kalich now for the Red Sox. Kalich playing second base here today, and a ball hit in his direction in the top half of the second inning. Takes ball 1 here against Trip Sharp. 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. Now leaving up the count at 1-1. Nice pitch there from Trip Sharp. Now the 1-1 on the way. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Sharp really getting into the groove of things out there for the Yankees. 1-2 pitch on the way, in there for strike 3. It's now 3 straight strikeouts for Tripp Sharp. Now Ty Plevin will come to the plate. First pitch to Plevin. Ruled a strike. Now the 0-1, Sharp to Plevin. That one in the dirt. Evens up the count at 1-1. They're just joining us. The Yankees plated 3 in the top half of the second inning to take a 3-0 lead. So far, Tripp Sharp has been very impressive on the mound, especially here in the bottom half of the second inning with strikeouts against Casey Karwoski and Jacob Kalich, now facing Ty Plevin. Count now 3-1 to Plevin. Plevin playing right center field here today. Sharp's 3-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. It'll go full of 3-2. It's an opportunity now for Sharp to strike out the side here in the bottom half of the second inning. 3-2 pitch. Ruled inside for ball 4. So Plevin drawing the walk after Sharp was just a strike away from striking out the side. And now gets Brody Baker to swing and miss at the first pitch here. Baker playing third base here today. Batting from the number 9 position in the Red Sox batting order. That pitch off the plate. The Red Sox batting 11 here today. The Yankees batting 10. The Red Sox with one designated hitter. It was Braden Puowar to start the game. They'll likely put Puowar into the field later on throughout the course of the contest. And there's the second strike on Brody Baker. Now Sharp's 2-strike pitch to Brody Baker. In there for strike 3. So 3 strikeouts here in the second inning for Tripp Sharp. Now 4 for the game. Sending down Brody Baker to end the inning. And after 2, it's a 3-0 lead for the Yankees over the Red Sox. Youth Minor League Baseball here in Hopwood on the South Union Township Sports Network. Ready to start the top half of the third inning. The Yankees with a 3-0 lead over the Red Sox. A number of defensive changes for the Red Sox. We'll get to those in just a moment. The new pitcher is Braden Puowar, who draws a swing and a miss out of Jacob Johnson to lead off this top half of the third inning. Now the 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2. So 2 strikes now on Jacob Johnson, who struck out back in the first inning. Puowar working quickly. 0-2 pitch. Inside, count at 1-2. As we said, Puowar, the new pitcher. Ty Plevin now playing third. Brody Baker playing second base. In the outfield, Nate Billets, the new left fielder. Dante Regula now in right center field. And Jacob Kalich now in right field. Those are the changes we caught defensively so far for the Red Sox. Now the 1-2 pitch here. Ground ball to second. Baker is there, gets underneath his glove into right field. So Jacob Johnson getting aboard to lead off this top half of the third inning, with Nick Guthrie now coming to the plate. Guthrie struck out looking to end the first inning. Now Puowar taking his time, will wind and fire the first pitch here to Guthrie, and Guthrie a line drive into center field. Glove down there by the left center fielder, Casey Karwatsky, made a nice little throw in there and almost got Jacob Johnson over at second. And it's ruled a single to center for Nick Guthrie. Now Crew Kazmerchek coming to the plate. He'll swing and miss at the first pitch here against Puowar. And the Yankees, who played at 3 in the second inning, threatening again with 2 on and nobody out here in the top half of the third. A 1 pitch, nubbed foul by Kazmerchek. Now 2 strikes on Crew. And 2 strike pitch is low. Count out 1-2. 1-2 on the way. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So Puowar drawing the swinging strikeout there by Crew Kazmerchek. Now 2 on 1 out with Melvin Minnick coming to the plate. Minnick takes the first pitch for strike 1. Minnick struck out looking back in the second inning. Puowar's 0-1 now to Minnick. Swing and a miss, strike 2. And 2 quick strikes from Braden Puowar. Looking for the second out of the inning. 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So a 3-pitch strikeout. Puowar sending down Minnick for the second out in this top half of the third inning. Now Cole Radcliffe, who walked and scored a run back in the second inning, will come to the plate. He's the 5th Yankee to bat here in the top half of the third. No swing and miss to the first pitch here against Puowar. Is doing a nice job just throwing strikes out there for the Red Sox. Braden set to go again. The 0-1 on the way. And a ground ball here right back to the pitcher. Nice little lob over to first in time to Jason Cook. Retire Radcliffe. 1-3 for the third out of the inning. So the Yankees end up stranding 2 in Johnson and Guthrie. But they still lead the Red Sox 3-0 as we head to the bottom half of the third. Youth Minor League Baseball in Hopwood on the South Union Township Sports Network.
At what point did everything change? When did service get taken out of service industries? It's too bad, because people are busy these days. At life, at work, at play. When it comes to your hard-earned money, you want service. Real service. From a person you know and a face you trust. At a bank where changing with the times doesn't mean leaving people behind. We're proud to be a part of your community. We're United Bank, at your service.
Moving to the bottom half of the third inning, still a 3-0 lead for the Yankees over the Red Sox. The Red Sox will have Dante Regula, Nate Billett, and Matt Schwartzberger due up. Trip Sharp still on the hill for the Yankees, starting his third inning of work. Sharp has struck out 4 so far in this game, has yet to yield a run. You'll have Regula batting from the number 10 position in the batting order, Billett from the number 11 position in the order, and then Matt Schwartzberger, the leadoff hitter for the Red Sox, due up here in this bottom half of the third inning. Now Sharp's first pitch to Regula ruled low for ball one. Outfield playing very shallow right now for the Yankees. That pitch low again. Count out 2-0. Sharp to Regula. Two-0 pitch inside. Count out 3-0. Sharp to Dante Regula. Started off the game in left field today for the Red Sox. 3-0 pitch, ruled ball four. So Regula doing a nice job in there, drawing a leadoff walk here in the bottom half of the third inning. Now Nate Billett will come to the plate. Billett, who started the game in right field today, coming up for the first time here today. Sharp's first pitch to Billett, rolled inside for ball one. Sharp, who struck out 4 so far in the game, having a little bit of a tough time finding the strike zone here to start the bottom half of the third inning. And gets a strike call there from Dave Trader. And the count out 1-1. And that pitch off the plates. Count now at 2-1. Sharp will wind and fire the 2-1 pitch. Ruled strike 2. Even after Billett stepped back a little bit on that delivery from Trip Sharp. 2-2. Ruled low. And the runner advancing down to second. That's Dante Regula. Heads up play there from Regula. Credit him with a stolen base. Red Sox still looking for the first run of the game. Down 3-0. And that pitch hitting Nate Billett. And the Red Sox a little base action here in the bottom half of the third inning. 2 on, nobody out. Now the top of the order up. Matt Schwartzberger. Matt walked and stole 2 bases back in the first inning. Was unable to come around and score a run. Takes strike 1 here against Trip Sharp. Coming to the plate here in a big spot with no one out in the inning. 2 runners on and his team down 3-0. A 1 pitch, hard ground ball going foul on the near side. Count out 0-2. All popping away there from Sharp. A throw back from Coach Scott going high as well. Now Matt back in the batter's box. Sharp on the hill. The next pitch is inside. Sharp looking for the strikeout. That ball off the plate and advancing down to third is Regula. Now heading to second is Billett. Throw over to second, not in time. So the Red Sox advancing their runners into scoring position. Regula now down to third. Billett at second. And hitting it right on the ground there, Schwartzberger. They'll take the out at first. But give Schwartzberger an RBI. Goes 1-3 in the books. Schwartzberger drives in Dante Regula. The first Red Sox run of the game. It's 3-1. The Red Sox still in business now with Nate Billett now on third. At the plate, Braden Puowar. Foul tipping the first pitch there against Trip Sharp. Sharps 0-1 to Puowar. Nubbed foul again. Now 2 strikes on Braden Puowar, who started off the game as the designated hitter, but he's now pitching for the Red Sox. Came on and pitched well. Start the top half of the 3rd inning. He'll step back after this delivery, and they count at 1-2. Now the 1-2 pitch, and that one hits Puowar. Now the runners on the corners now for the Red Sox, with Devin Phillips-Smith coming to the plate. Phillips-Smith was also hit by a pitch back in the 1st inning. He'll take the first pitch low and outside, and that will scamper away from the catcher Lucas Mathias, allowing Puowar to get down to second base. Now Phillips-Smith with a deep shot to left field. Will go over the head of Melvin Minnick. 2 runs will score. Phillips-Smith heading into 3rd. And he'll have a stand-up triple. Drives in 2. And this game's tied at 3. A big-time hit for Devin Phillips-Smith. Going back deep to the wall out in left field over the heads of Melvin Minnick and Jacob Johnson. Just like that, we're knotted up at 3 with Carson Scott at the plate with a big cut on that first pitch from Trip Sharp. Still only 1 out here in the inning. And Phillips-Smith on 3rd. The Red Sox now an opportunity to take the lead. Bouncing back in a big way here in the bottom half of the 3rd inning. Sharp's next pitch to Scott. Scott another nice cut, but sending it foul. Scott popped up and popped out to the shortstop Eli Friend. Back in the 1st inning, a fly ball that actually initially hit the glove of Cole Radcliffe before landing in the glove of Eli Smith. Has 2 strikes on him here. Has another nice cut, sending it foul. Next pitch on the way to Scott. Hard ground ball here and a nice little nab. The Yankees shortstop. Friend over to Nick Guthrie in time to retire Scott, but gives Scott an RBI. He drives in. Devin Phillips-Smith goes in the book 6-3, but an RBI for Scott. Phillips-Smith scores. And the lead now in the hands of the Red Sox at 4-3 over the Yankees. Now the base is empty with Jason Cook at the plate, and Cook takes ball 1 here against Trip Sharp. The inning started with Dante Regula walking, ended up stealing second. Nate Billett was hit by a pitch. Schwartzberger grounded out 1-3, but drove in Regula. Now a swing and a miss there out of Jason Cook. Braden Puowar was hit by a pitch, and Devin Phillips-Smith with a big triple to left field, picking up 2 RBIs. That tied the game at 3. And Scott's ground out 6-3, end up driving in Devin Phillips-Smith to give the Red Sox a 4-3 lead over the Yankees. Now Jason Cook at the plate with 2 outs in the inning. Takes a ball there to even up the count at 2-2. Cook struck out looking to end the 1st inning. And sends another one foul here in our direction. Nice competitive game between the Red Sox and the Yankees here this afternoon. Another nubber foul. This league was the former Midget League here in Hopwood, renamed the Youth Minor League here for 2017. Ground ball there to short. Friend a little trouble with it, and not in time over to first. And Jason Cook reaches first safely. Now bring up Casey Karwatsky. And Karwatsky will be the 8th Red Sox to come to the plate here in this bottom half of the 3rd inning. Red Sox scoring 4 runs here in the 3rd inning, now to lead 4-3. Karwatsky set to go. Hard ground ball here on the left side. A little stinger there off of Radcliffe. And a bouncing into center field. After that, a single for Casey Karwatsky. Advancing Jason Cook down to second. He'll check on Radcliffe here, and hopefully he's all right. As they work on Radcliffe over at third. That was a hard shot there from Karwatsky. Not much Radcliffe can do with that one. Took it off the shin. That's one of those 9 times out of 10, just a little stinger. Hurts for a minute or two. And usually can bounce back after a short period of time. Radcliffe's going to exit the game. And the Yankees are going to make a couple of adjustments here. They'll put Melvin Minnick now at third. And have to go with only 3 in the outfield. Once Radcliffe set to go again, he can re-enter. Now Jacob Kalich at the plate. First pitch missing low. Yankees moving Jacob Johnson into a true center field. Crew Kazmarchek into a true. Check out Jacob Johnson into a true left field. Kazmarchek into a true center field. And Preston Ellsworth over and right. And with the ball hopping there past Matthias. Runners advancing. Cook now down to third. Karwatsky down to second. The Red Sox score another run here in this half inning. That'll do it with the 5-run per inning rule. That is still in place, correct, Jerry? That is still in place here for 2017. That one nubbed foul by Jacob Kalich. As we said, the scheduled time of this game, either 6 innings or 2 hours, whichever arrives first. Just went over the hour mark here at just past 6:30. And this game currently in the bottom half of the 3rd inning. Next pitch to Jacob Kalich. That's rolled ball 4. So Ty Plevin will be the 10th Red Sox to bat here in the 3rd inning. And the bases are loaded. We have 2 outs. So Plevin, no matter what happens here, will be the last Red Sox to bat here in the bottom half of the 3rd. If he drives in a run, the inning will end on the 5-run rule. If he's out, the inning will end with 3 outs. Has a nice cut there, but able to get a piece of that delivery from Tripp Sharp. Count now at 1-1. That one, Plevin went a chasing high. You count at 1-2. Plevin had a good eye back in the 2nd inning, drawing a walk. And nubs this one on the right side, foul. Count remains 1-2. One 2 pitch. Outside. Count even at 2-2. You mentioned that 5-run per inning rule. That's in effect innings 1 through 5. They can score as many as they can in the 6th inning. That allows teams to have a true opportunity to come back and tie a game. Now the 2-2 on the way. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So the Red Sox send 10 men to the plate, end up scoring 4 runs. Now after 3, it's the Red Sox 4 and the Yankees 3 here on the South Union Township Sports Network.
Colon cancer is the second leading cause of cancer deaths. Signs include abdominal pain and rectal bleeding. Colon cancer develops from a degenerating benign growth or polyp. Doctors performing colonoscopy are able to remove precancerous polyps, thus preventing colon cancer. This saves lives, and the American Cancer Society now recommends that everyone have a colonoscopy every 10 years, beginning at age 50. Offer the latest diagnostic testing. SWGI, specialists in digestive health.
Davis and Davis, helping the injured.
If you're injured in an accident, after you address the medical problems, you're going to be faced with numerous questions concerning who's going to pay your medical bills, your property damage, the wages that you might be losing if you can't go to work. These are things that you need counsel for.
That your income is protected, that your bills are paid, that your family's taken care of. We've been doing this since 1976. We've helped injured people. We can help you.
Davis and Davis, attorneys at law.
We're back here in Hopwood, a 4-3 lead for the Red Sox over the Yankees. Youth Minor League Baseball here on the South Union Township Sports Network. Preston Ellsworth, one of the Yankees' call-ups, will lead off this top half of the 4th inning, followed by the top of the order, Drew Niccolo and Trip Sharp. Swing and a miss there. Braden Puowar still on the mound for the Red Sox. That pitch off the plate. And a number of defensive changes again for the Red Sox. We'll get to those in just a moment. Puowar still on the mound for the second straight inning. After Matt Schwartzberger, who's now catching, pitched the first 2 innings. Carson Scott now playing first. Jacob Kalich playing second. Devin Phillips-Smith still the shortstop. Casey Karwanski now playing third. That pitch in there for a strike. Second strike to Preston Ellsworth to even up the count at 2-2. Jason Cook now in right, Brody Baker in right center, Ty Plevin in left center, and Dante Regula in left field. The changes for the Red Sox here for the top half of the 4th inning. There's a swing and a miss, strike 3. As Preston Ellsworth, one of the call-ups for the Yankees, strikes out for the second time today, but again facing some much older competition, doing a nice job to hang in there with some good cuts for the Yankees here today. Now the top of the order, Drew Niccolo. Niccolo takes ball 1 inside. Niccolo's walked twice and scored a run so far in this game for the Yankees. The Yankees scoring all 3 of their runs in the second inning. And Niccolo chasing that one. Count now even at 1-1. One pitch, and here's a ground ball getting through on the right side into right field, right in between Jacob Kalich and Carson Scott. So for the 3rd time in this game, Drew Niccolo's reached base safely. Now a little miscommunication there in the infield there for the Red Sox, but certainly after that one, a hit for Drew Niccolo. Now Trip Sharp will come to the plate. Sharp picked up an RBI last time up on a walk with the bases loaded. Driving in, Crew Kazmerchek. After he struck out back in the 1st inning, and sends the first pitch here foul. Right behind us. We have to pass along a happy birthday coming up tomorrow to Jerry Dupay. We won't say how old Jerry is, but Jerry does tell us it always rains on his birthday. Hopefully it doesn't rain coming up tomorrow. Of course, we're taping this game on June 12th. Tomorrow's June 13th, and we have some baseball action scheduled here in Hopwood for tomorrow. Some Pony League baseball here on the South Union Township Sports Network. As they rolled there that Niccolo left early, sending him back to first base. I think there's a 30% chance of thunderstorms tomorrow, and knowing Jerry's luck, we'll have thunderstorms here in Fayette County. Count now 1-2. to Trip Sharp. As Puowar winds and fires. That pitch high and inside. Two-two pitch. And that one clips Trip Sharp. So Sharp now going down. And he'll get attended to. Hope Tripp's all right after getting clipped by Braden on the back of the leg. As we said, with that hard ground ball that clipped Cole Radcliffe earlier, a lot of times when you catch one like that, you get an initial stinger. It'll hurt for a little while and then end up being one you can walk off. And now we see Sharp on his feet. He'll make the jog down to first. He's all right. Good sportsmanship there out of Braden Puowar. And the Yankees in business, down 4-3. With 2 on and 1 out, and Eli Friend coming to the plate. As we work here in the top half of the 4th, Friend nubbing this one foul. Down at 0-1. A 1 pitch off the plate. Runners trying to advance, throw down to third. And sliding in safely is Drew Niccolo. Trip Sharp held his position at first, giving the Yankees runners on the corners now. With Eli Friend still at the plate. Friend another nice cut, setting it foul. 2 strikes now on Eli Friend, count at 1-2. Red Sox trying to hang on to a 4-3 lead. Puowar's 1-2 pitch to Eli Friend. Friend sends it on the ground. Puowar is going to make the throw over to first to Scott. That retires Friend 1-3, but Friend does pick up an RBI. As Drew Niccolo scores on the play. Second run scored of the game for Niccolo. Ties this game up at 4. I'll bring up Lucas Mathias. Mathias from deep in the batter's box. First pitch from Puowar. Missing low for ball 1. Scooting away there for Matt Schwartzberger, who makes the throw down to third, but not in time. And sliding in safely there is Trip Sharp with a stolen base. A 1-0 pitch sent foul there by Mathias. Mathias walked back in the first inning, struck out looking back in the second inning. This is third plate appearance of the game. Coming here with 2 outs, and a runner on third in a 4-4 game here in the 4th inning. And a ground ball here on the left side, gloved down there by Karwotsky, but the throw coming wide here of first. And scoring on the play is Trip Sharp. And the Yankees back in the lead at 5-4. Now Jacob Johnson will come to the plate. Johnson struck out looking back in the first inning, reached via an error in the 3rd inning. Facing Braden Puowar with the Yankees now on top at 5-4. This is a high fly ball on the right side, and the catch made by Jacob Kalich. And that'll end the inning. So Kalich doing a nice job there in the field for the Red Sox. Nabbing that fly ball from Jacob Johnson. But the Yankees pick up 2 runs. As we head to the bottom half of the 4th, it's 5-4, Yankees over the Red Sox here on the South Union Township Sports Network. Back here in Hopwood, the Yankees now leading the Red Sox 5-4 in this youth minor league division. Moving to the bottom half of the fourth inning. Some defensive changes here for the Yankees. Drew Niccolo, the new pitcher. Cole Radcliffe, who was at third, actually got dinged up, now back in the game catching. Lucas Mathias now playing third. Trip Sharp, who was pitching, now playing second base for the Yankees. The outfield remaining the same. Melvin Minnick in left field. Jacob Johnson in left center. Crew Kazmarchek in right center. And Preston Ellsworth still in right. Eli Friend still playing shortstop. Nick Guthrie still playing first base. As we said, Drew Niccolo, the new pitcher. And it'll be Brody Baker to lead off this bottom half of the fourth inning for the Red Sox. Baker, in his only plate appearance so far, struck out looking back in the second inning. Get our first look at Drew Niccolo on the mound. His first pitch is high here to Baker. Count at 1-0. Niccolo long look in here. 1-0 pitch to Baker, and therefore a strike. Nice pitch from Drew. Count even at 1-1. Pitch high and inside. Count moving to 2-1. It's the first of two games we're taping here today in Hopwood. Nick Barchak will join Jerry for the nightcap here in Hopwood tonight. Count now 2-2. And knowing Nick, he's probably already here, getting his lineups together for the nightcap. 2-2 pitch. Oh, the count must have been 2-1 or 3-1 because that pitch was ruled a strike. So now 2 strikes on Brody Baker. Now Nicolo's 2-strike pitch. Well, it was 3-1, I guess, initially, then went to 3-2. That one ruled ball 4. So nonetheless, Baker will walk. Going to bring Dante Regula to the plate. And speaking of walks, Regula walked, stole a base, and scored a run last time up for the Red Sox. That led off the third inning, an inning that saw the Red Sox plate 4 runs. Here Regula takes ball 1 inside. Now Nicolo set with the 1-0 here to Regula. No time called. And they're checking Baker on the first base bag, saying his foot wasn't completely on it. That pitch misses low and outside, and now Baker's going to head down to second. Throw in that direction, not in time. So Baker advancing on the pass ball. You can hear it from the Red Sox dugout cheering on Dante Regula. He'll take a strike here. Down out 2-1. Nicolo's 2-1 pitch to Regula. One high. Well, delay there on the initial steal attempt there from Baker. Will now retreat back to second base. Red Sox down a run. That's ball 4. So Regula, as Baker did to lead off the inning, drawing a walk here, giving the Red Sox runners on first and second. With Nate Billett coming to the plate. Billett was hit by a pitch, stole a base, and scored a run last time up. Nicolo's first pitch here to Billett. Missed off the plate. And throw down to third, not in time. Nicolo's next pitch now to Billet. On high. I guess Mr. Trader ruled the first pitch a strike. Didn't make much of a motion there to indicate that, but now showing a 1-1. One pitch. And that is strike two. Count at 1-2. Now Nicolo's 1-2 pitch here to Nate Billet. High and inside, and we're even at 2-2. And it's a 5-4 lead for the Yankees over the Red Sox. Bottom of the fourth, Red Sox threatening. Now the count full. Nicolo's issued walks to Brody Baker and Dante Regula already this inning. Now 3-2 pitch here to Nate Billet. As Nicolo winds and fires. That pitch rolled high and inside for ball four. And I'll load the bases here for the Red Sox at the top of the order, due up and Matt Schwartzberger. Schwartzberger walked, picked up 2 stolen bases in the first inning. Picked up an RBI on a ground ball back in the third. Coming to the plate here, the bases loaded, his team down 1. Swings at the first pitch. Ground ball on the right side. Juggled and thrown wide of first by Trip Sharp. So just a run scores on the play. Schwartzberger picks up his second RBI of the game. And the runner at third ruled out. I guess the ruling is there, the runner did not touch third base. Oh, the coach touched the player telling him to go. I gotcha. That's what the indication was, and this is a fair ball on the left side there from Braden Pawowar. Now a little miscommunication here on the base pass. The Red Sox with 3 runners in very close proximity to one another. And they'll score at least 1 on the play, and that one thrown home. What's the call from Dave Trader? Runner ruled safe there. So recapping the inning, you had Baker that scored the run earlier. Then Regula ruled out at third. Now that situation, Nate Billet and Matt Schwartzberger scoring on the triple from Braden Pawowar. Pawowar picking up 2 RBIs. So we've had 3 runs now scored in the inning by the Red Sox. And so now the Red Sox 7 and the Yankees 5 as we work here in the bottom half of the 4th inning. What a wild inning this has been. Now Devin Phillips-Smith at the plate. He'll send a little nubber here on the right side. 1 hops in front of Trip Sharp, who makes the throw over to first in time to retire Devin Phillips-Smith 4-3. But in the process, Phillips-Smith picks up an RBI, driving in Braden Pawowar. That's the 4th run scored of the inning, 8th run scored of the game for the Red Sox, who now lead by 3 at 8-5. And we now have 2 outs in the inning. And the first pitch to Scott ruled high for ball 1. Of course, the first, Regula ruled down for being touched by his third base coach. And then the Philip Smith 4-3 ground out. The second out of the inning. Now Scott at the plate ahead 2-0 here. Where the base is now empty, but 4 runs already across, and the Red Sox up 3 at 8-5. Now Nicolo's 2-0 pitch here to Scott, and Scott pops this one up. It was a foul ball that could have been played initially there by the catcher Cole Radcliffe, missing the fence and then bouncing foul. And I counted 2-1. Now Nicolo's 2-1 here to Scott. And Scott had a dive out of that one. It might have actually clipped his bat. And that's the call. It did clip his bat when he went down. So ruled a foul ball. And they counted 2-2. Seeing a little bit of everything in this half inning. Now the 2-2 pitch to Scott. Scott might have won a chase in that one. Sent it foul again. And they counted 2-2. Now Nicolo's 2-2 pitch to Scott. Sent foul again. You could be facing a situation where this game's only going to be a 5-inning game instead of a 6-inning game. Looking at the time of the contest, we're approaching 90 minutes so far. And as we said, the maximum time of a game is 2 hours here in Hopwood. We'll see if that plays a factor before it's all said and done here. Next pitch here, Nicolo to Scott, and Scott chases that one and strikes out. But a successful inning for the Red Sox, which see the Red Sox played 4 runs. And after 4, it's now the Red Sox 8 and the Yankees 5 here on the South Union Township Sports Network.
At what point did everything change? When did service get taken out of service industries? It's too bad, because people are busy these days. At life, at work, at play. When it comes to your hard-earned money, you want service. Real service. From a person you know and a face you trust. At a bank where changing with the times doesn't mean leaving people behind. We're proud to be a part of your community. We're United Bank. At your service.
Southwestern Endoscopy Center is a state-licensed and Medicare-certified facility and emphasizes privacy, comfort, caring, and safety for colonoscopies and upper GI endoscopies. Painless procedures are done with twilight sedation given by a board-certified anesthesiologist. The center accepts most insurance plans and is staffed by Doctors Ruthhart, Calabrese, Stokes, SWGI, specialists in digestive health.
The top half of the 5th inning, Nick Guthrie, Crew Kazmerchek, and Melvin Minnick due up here for the Yankees. The Yankees now finding themselves down 8-5, facing a new pitcher in Carson Scott, who comes on in relief of Braden Pawowar. And Scott's first pitch misses low to Nick Guthrie, count at 1-0. Pawowar now playing first base as Scott and Pawowar switch positions here to start the top half of the 5th. 1-0 pitch. In there for a strike, 1-1 now to Nick Guthrie. And this could end up being the final inning of this game, depending on how things shake out. Again, we're at about an hour and 35 minutes right now as far as the elapsed time of this game. That pitch misses low and outside. Count now 2-1. There's a swing and a miss out of Guthrie. 2 strikes on Nick. Nick struck out in the first inning, but singled to center field back in the 3rd. Takes strike 3 there. That's the first out of this top half of the fifth. The Yankees down 3. A Crew Kazmerchek coming to the plate. Crew walked and scored a run in the second inning, struck out swinging in the third inning, takes ball 1 here low and outside. The Yankees scoring 3 runs in the second inning. They added 2 in the top half of the fourth. They're 5 so far in this game. Looking to get a few more back here against Carson Scott in the top half of the fifth. And that pitch misses low. 3-0 now to Kazmerchek. Crew, the son of the head coach Ray Kazmerchek of the Yankees. Swing and a miss there on the 3-0. Now 3-1. That pitch missing high for ball 4. So after Nick Guthrie struck out looking, Crew Kazmerchek walks. And the Yankees have a base runner. Down 3 with 1 out in the top half of the fifth inning with Melvin Minnick coming to the plate. Minnick struck out twice already so far today. Takes the first pitch low and outside for ball 1. In our second game that'll be played here today will be a youth major league game between the Yankees and the Blue Jays, the 11 and 12-year-old division, the former Little League division here in Hopwood. As Scott found the strike zone there to Melvin Minnick. That pitch missing low. As Scott works quickly. Count at 2-1. And there's your strike 2. Now Scott's 2-2 pitch in there for strike 3. It's a nice little comeback there for Carson Scott. Got behind to the count, worked his way back, and Melvin Minnick goes down for the third time here this evening. Now Cole Radcliffe will come to the plate. Radcliffe got dinged up a little bit earlier on in the game. Took a hard ground ball while playing third base. Worked his way back into the game, now catching for the Yankees, and at the plate right now, choking up and swinging and missing at the first pitch against Carson Scott. Scott showing some pretty good speed on his pitches, this 8 and 9-year-old division. That pitch high and inside. Mentioned a lot of action here in Hopwood tonight. The Uniontown American Legion team, which plays their games at Hutchinson Field down here in Hopwood, playing a game behind us as well. Really couldn't ask for a nicer night for youth baseball here in South Union Township. It's a nice pitch there from Scott, finding the strike zone to Cole Radcliffe. Red Sox trying to protect a 3-run lead. That pitch misses low and outside. We'll go full here. Scott to Radcliffe with 2 outs. Here in the top half of the fifth. Yankees with a base runner. But down 3, and there's strike 3 on Cole Radcliffe. So the Yankees strand Crew Kazmerchek. And they're going to be down to their final 3 outs in the top half of the sixth as the Red Sox look for some insurance runs in the bottom half of the fifth when we come back. It's 8-5, Red Sox over the Yankees here in the South Union Township Sports Network.
Davis and Davis, helping the injured.
If you're injured in an accident, after you address the medical problems, you're going to be faced with numerous questions concerning who's going to pay your medical bills, your property damage, the wages that you might be losing if you can't go to work. These are things that you need counsel for.
That your income is protected, that your bills are paid, that your family's taken care of. We've been doing this since 1976. We've helped injured people. We can help you.
Davis and Davis, attorneys at law.
Back here in Hopwood, the Red Sox with an 8-5 lead over the Yankees as we move to the bottom half of the fifth inning. Jason Cook, Casey Karwotsky, and Jacob Kalich due up here for the Red Sox. Drew Niccolo still on the mound for the Yankees. Niccolo came on in relief of Tripp Sharp to start the bottom half of the fourth inning. Here's Casey Karwotsky, who struck out in the second inning, singled in the third inning, coming to the plate for the third time here this evening. Nicolo's first pitch here to Cook. Swing and a miss out of Jason, counted 0-1. Nicolo taking his time here on the mound. 0-1 to Jason Cook, and Cook nubs that one foul, and just like that, the count at 0-2. The Yankees will need at least 3 to tie or 4 to take the lead in the top half of the sixth. Trying to get through this bottom half of the fifth inning with no additional damage being done. Hard ground ball here to second, knocked down by Tripp Sharp in time to Nick Guthrie for the first down of the inning, 4-3. Pretty routine there. Nice job by Sharp and Guthrie out there. Retiring Cook on the well-hit ball to second. Now Casey Karwotsky coming to the plate. Karwotsky takes the first pitch low and outside for ball one. Red Sox coming back after 2 big innings. 4 runs scored in the third, 4 runs scored in the fourth, after being held without a run in the first 2 innings of this game. That pitch ruled a strike there to Casey Karwotsky, the left center fielder. Karwotsky trying to get his swing down a little bit. One out here in the bottom half of the fifth. Count out 2-1. Karwotsky ducked out of that one. Pitch off the plate. Got now at 3-1. Mentioned Nick will be stepping in for the second game in the Youth Major League Division between the Yankees and the Blue Jays. Will probably head over to the concession stand, one of the best concession stands around for youth sports here in Hopwood. Always love the French fries down there as Karwotsky gets hit. Nick's probably over there having a snack right now. As Karwotsky heads down to first. And I'll bring up Jacob Kalich. Kalich a strikeout and a walk so far here this afternoon. Still 8-5, Red Sox over the Yankees as we work here with 1 out in the bottom half of the fifth. Nicolo winds and fires. That one sent into the screen, foul by Kalich. Nicolo again taking his time. 0-1 here to Jacob Kalich. Kalich swings and misses. 2 strikes now on Jacob. Runner heading down to second and sliding in safely there is Casey Karwotsky. Give Karwotsky a stolen base after he was hit by a pitch. Now they're going to say no, he moved off the bag early. We'll send him back to first. Seen that called a couple of times so far here today. Dave Ryder on top of that one. Next pitch here to Kalich, off the plate. Count out 1-2. Niccolo again being very deliberate at this juncture of the game. 1-2 pitch. Rolled a ball, and now this time into second safely is Casey Karwotsky. This one will stand as a stolen base for Casey. Count now 2-2. Under Jacob Kalich. And a pitch high and inside will go 4-3-2. Now Niccolo, the payoff pitch. And that one hitting Jacob Kalich. So Nicolo's now hit back-to-back batters, hitting Karwotsky, now hitting Kalich. Giving the Red Sox runners on first and second, up 3. As we work here in the bottom half of the 5th inning with 1 out and Ty Plevin at the plate. Plevin a walk and a strikeout so far this afternoon. Takes the first pitch low. Karwotsky initially indicated that he wanted to run down to third. Now heads back to the second base bag safely. Niccolo with his next pitch here to Ty Plevin. Inside, and this one hopping away from the catcher Radcliffe, and both runners advance safely. Kalich into second, Karwotsky into third. Now 2 in scoring position for the Red Sox, who are up 3. With Plevin at the plate. And 1 out here in the bottom half of the 5th. Nicolo's next pitch to Plevin. And there for the first strike. Niccolo again taking his time. That one ruled low. Count now at 3-1. Niccolo to Plevin. With Karwotsky on third, Kalich on second. 1 out here in the inning and the lead at 3. Red Sox looking to extend it. 3-1 pitch. Inside for ball 4 to load up the bases. So after Niccolo got cooked to ground out 4-3 to start the inning, comes back hitting Karwotsky and Kalich, and now walking Plevin to load the bases. Now Dave Trader talking to the 2 coaches down the third base line. Yankees head coach Ray Kazmerchek and Jason Scott. Red Sox assistant coach. Now Brody Baker will come to the plate. And Niccolo being deliberate. And the first pitch high there to Baker. Though the bases are low to the Red Sox to score a run here in this half inning. As we said, coming off of 4-run innings in both the third and the fourth. And the Red Sox, as we said, will have at least a 3-run lead, possibly more, heading to the top half of the 6th. They'll have the Yankees down to their final 3 outs. And Baker ahead 2-0 here against Drew Niccolo. The 2-0 pitch misses low. And Niccolo a pitch away here from possibly walking in a run. The 3-0 pitch. Inside for ball 4. So an RBI walk for Brody Baker. Runs scored for Casey Karwotsky. The lead now at 9-5. We might have a pitching change here for the Yankees.
Just so you know, sixth inning don't take place. Our 45, we don't start an inning.
So they're not going to take place a sixth inning. This will be it. Let the Red Sox bat and finish off the fifth. If you get past an hour 45, they won't start another inning. So this will be it. The Red Sox get to complete this inning, and they'll end up winning this game over the Yankees. Now with Dante Regula at the plate. That pitch in there for strike one. I appreciate Dave Trader giving us the inside information here. The Red Sox will get the win. They'll still have an opportunity to finish batting here in the bottom half of the fifth. Dante Regula's walked twice already in this game. Now has 2 strikes on him here. Both teams probably could be a little more loose at this juncture of the game, knowing that the outcome has already been decided. Got out 1-2. Regula, the 6th Red Sox to bat here in the bottom half of the fifth. One, two, and there for strike 3. So Niccolo getting the punch outs of Dante Regula. Now 2 outs in the inning. Remember all the way back to Jason Scott, who led off the inning, grounded out 4-3. He had 4 straight Red Sox reaching base safely. Karwotsky and Kalish were hit by a pitch. Plevin and Baker walked. Now Regula strikes out, and Nate Billett will come to the plate. Billett has reached base safely and scored 2 runs already in this game. Was hit by a pitch in the 3rd inning. Walked in the 4th inning. Takes strike 1 here and scored a run in each of those 2 innings. Also stole a base back in the 3rd inning. Lead now at 9-5 for the Red Sox over the Yankees. Next pitch to Billett, low. Got a 2-1. A 2-1 pitch inside. Count now 3-1. Niccolo to Billett. Now Niccolo with a 3-1 pitch to Billett. That's high for ball 4. Another RBI walk. Run scored here for Jacob Kalish. It's now 10-5. Red Sox over the Yankees. The Matt Schwartzfeger coming to the plate. Matt will take the first pitch outside for ball 1. Busy evening for Matt to start off the game as the Red Sox pitcher. Walked and stole 2 bases back in the 1st inning. Picked up an RBI on a ground ball in the 3rd. Then infield singled another RBI and a run scored in the 4th inning. There's another pitch low there for ball 2. And it's a 10-5 lead for the Red Sox over the Yankees. And a hard ground ball there from Schwartzfeger. Glove down, and a nice defensive play there by Eli Friend, stepping on the second base bag for the 3rd out of the inning. This game will go in the books as a final after 5, stopped due to the 2-hour time limit. And the final score, 10-5. The Red Sox defeating The Yankees here today in Hop with the Red Sox. 4 runs in the third, 4 runs in the fourth, and 2 in the fifth. The Yankees scoring 3 runs in the second inning and 2 in the fourth for their 5 runs for the game. That'll wrap up our broadcast. Tonight's game was brought to you as a joint cooperative venture featuring Township Supervisors Bob Schiffbauer, Rick Vernon, and Jason Scott, Atlantic Broadband Cable, Armstrong Cable, and our friends at CUTV, including Gary Smith. Again, Brian Morozak with Jerry Dupé. Your final score, the Red Sox 10 and the Yankees 5. This has been a South Union Township Sports Network presentation.